season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Oh, here we go. Oh, check. Hard. Shit. Check. What? Squeeze. Shoot.
On first down, Newman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes.
Here we go.
But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Hey, wahoo! 57, 5.
Throwing on first down. Jarrett, that one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Come on, set.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jarrett. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second down, it's Newman. Had a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Catch it. Now.
On third down, it's Gibson. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain.
Because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of legs.
So they try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Andrews. From the gun, he'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Rock it. Undercross. Sick guy. Leo. No.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. 6-6, pull it high. Sponge. Score.
They'll run on first down. It's Newman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, Jarrett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. How did he stay on his Derrick Henry all alone? Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Andrews to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught by Brown. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Whip. Watch the whip.
Looking to throw. Andrews. It's caught by Davis. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give them the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it's 3rd down.
Ready. 30 base. Smooth. Mike 27. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, check Mike 20. Hey, echo. 27.
Now Andrews operating from the gun. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
Check out. Go out. 36. But
They'll run for it with Henry. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Off play action. Jarrett being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Pearson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jarrett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, zoom. Hey, go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jarrett. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
Down.
and 3.
18 Gator.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Lead driven. Lead driven.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And the Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Henry running right. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
27, check Mike, 27. Stay with your man.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike.
And here's Andrews. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
Ready?
From the gun, Andrews. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jarrett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check 3.
Squeeze.
Check 1.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Jarrett. I was going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Jarrett. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out because we had an even half?
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good second half, that's for sure. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
A big chunk on the ground there. 27 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
50, plant.
Crunch time, defense.
Andrews now. A final shot before break. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The run developed. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Again, it's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Set 90 Wolf.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. We got to get the ball, D.
To throw is Andrews, operating from the gun, and that will be incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter, just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Good coverage there, an even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. The big play to start them out has them at the 45 already. They'll run it now out of the gun. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Jarrett. Got his man, it's Williams. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
third down. Newman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on fourth down.
X3, 218, chop it. Hey, Charlie.
On fourth down, Jarrett. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Check 13. Check 13.
On first down, it's Newman. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, watch the slant.
Go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Hey, alert 3. Switch.
Roll out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Henry out of the pistol. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Andrews from the gun, he'll throw. And a broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bravo. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Andrews. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Back to throw. Andrews. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A first down carry for Henry. And some room to maneuver. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And they're going to him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
Now Andrews operating from the gun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. Necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays. They're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Newman. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Hey, wahoo!
55. Right there, 55. Man, I got
it. Stand.
He's coming. Double up.
Hard. Go.
On 3rd down, Jarrett. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. General West. Hey, Orbit.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. And Andrews lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Hustle, hunt. Shoot.
On 3rd down, it's Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Come on, D! Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Go. Hey, echo.
Check 93's the mic, 93's the mic. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Now.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.